When I was a kid back in Ireland, that was one of my favorite shows. I can't believe they've made a feature film version, but I can believe it's got 175 thumbs up and only 4 thumbs down. Why am I watching The Girl from Tomorrow? Well, stick around to the end of this video and you will find out. When you have assignments, lesson plans, projects, deadlines, whatever it is, productivity can quickly jump to the top of your mind. In this video, I'm going to give you 7 top tips on how to up your productivity, whether you're doing a CELTA or whether it's just for your job. Here are my findings on what can improve your productivity. But before we jump into today's video, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so that you always get notified when I drop a new video. And it'd be really helpful if you could drop a comment there. Let me know what are your thoughts on my 7 tips for productivity. Do you have any of your own? Tip number 1, I would say the willpower method, or just sheer mental brute force, is not going to be your friend here. There are studies out there that show that willpower itself, it's like a reserve that you have inside that can be depleted. So just deciding that you're going to work and work and work and work and work for hours and hours and hours might be something that you can do, but sustained over a longer period, especially when you're studying something or working on a project, this is going to be an uphill battle at best. So let's park the willpower method and let's go for tip number 2, which is start. We've probably all felt procrastination. And when we're procrastinating, one of the things that our brain kind of does to trick ourselves, that old prankster, is to make us do little tasks like getting on our phone and checking our Facebook or checking our this or checking our that. And those feel like little tasks. And that is a great way to extend procrastination. And procrastination is a way to avoid doing what's in front of you. So just make a decision. Start your task. There are studies that show that musicians don't necessarily practice for longer. They practice in a more deliberate way. Oh, that's a little bit out of tune. Got to tune her up. This will help you build up habit and discipline, 2 more key features. So instead of trying to do it all in one go, chop her up. Tip number 4, you got to create some accountability for yourself. A great way of creating a little bit of accountability for yourself is set a deadline. Look at the task in front of you. Think about how long it's realistically going to take you, and then set yourself a realistic deadline. Not a deadline that's far too long so that you could maybe lose focus in the middle, or not one that's far too short that's going to pressurize you too much. Think about a deadline that is realistic and create accountability for yourself. One of the things that my school teachers and my music teacher used to get me to do was to write a little learning diary, what I did and how long I spent on it. Now bring that forward into you doing your CELTA course or working on a project at work or whatever it is that you're doing. Write down what time you started, what time you ended, and what you got completed in that time. That is going to let you see the building blocks of your progress. Tip number 5. Over the years, multitasking has often been lauded. Drop a comment below if you believe in the myth of boys not being as good at multitasking as girls, or maybe you don't think it's a myth at all. Maybe you think it is the real deal. However, that being said, multitasking is often the enemy of productivity. If you try to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things at the same time, you get a lot of nothing done. Focus on one task at a time and give that your deliberate attention. And last but not least, my final tip. What does the girl from tomorrow have to teach us about productivity? She came all the way back from the year 3000 after all, so hopefully she had some good lessons learned at that stage. What you need to do is create a tomorrow list. Just like I have right here. I recommend a notebook because you're not going to just lose it. And write down a set of tasks so that when tomorrow comes, you can hit the ground running and you won't have that procrastinating feeling coming again, making it feel difficult to take off or get your task off the ground the following day. There you have it, my top tips for increasing productivity, whether you're doing CELTA, Trinity Cert, TESOL, even your Delta, or if it's a work project, if you're out working as a teacher or working in any field. Like, let me know in the comments below if you try any of these tips or if you have any similar tips that you would like to share with everybody watching. As always, I'd be mighty grateful if you would hit the subscribe button, that little bell notification as well. Give this video a like if you found these tips to be of some benefit to you. And please do share these tips with anybody else who you think might also find them beneficial. Drop a comment below, let me know what you think. Goodbye, God bless, and see you in the next one.